This is Dwayne.
And this is Jeffrey.
And today, we're going to give you some facts about ferrets. And hopefully these facts help you decide whether or not you want to buy one. It's going to go away. First of all, is their smell. Ferrets do actually tend to have a little bit of an odor, but it's not as bad as what people make it out to be. Most of their smell is from their cage, and if you keep their cage clean, then typically you don't run into the issue of a ferret that smells really bad. And typically, ferrets also only get baths like once a month, but you don't ever want to bathe a ferret more than twice a month, because then it strips their skin of all their oils, and then they actually end up stinking worse.
Yep, next thing we're going to talk about is their diet and treats. So a lot of times the way we train our ferrets is using treats, such as these little meat chews. You don't want to use treats that aren't specifically for ferrets, such as cereal. Not a healthy treat for them. They need a lot of protein in their diet, and that's what this has. Okay. Next we'll look at their food. We give them this wonderful turkey ferret diet food. And I'll lift this up so you can see it a bit better.
You can tell it's ferret food because there's a ferret on it.
Make sure you stay pretty consistent with what type of food you get them. One time we switched up their food from the turkey to the chicken, and they had diarrhea for weeks. It was really bad. And so try and stay with the same brand and type of food as much as possible. That way it keeps their digestive system happy.
Alright, so next thing we're going to move on to is their persistence. They are very persistent little boogers. And as you can see, they basically don't stop until they get what they want. And what? I think they want some cereal, which is not good for them. But I'll give them a treat. Are you gonna make them do tricks?
Alright, Dwayne. Dwayne.
They're both like Patty though. Come on, Jeffrey. All the way up. Good boy, Jeffrey. You can see in that a little bit that they are very persistent about getting their treats. And anything else, they tend to chew on things and steal items. Not all ferrets do, but the majority I have, they do steal stuff. Some are worse than others. Which moves us into our next subject, is chewing. They do chew stuff up. Stuff that you really, really like, huh?
Such as your phone. I've had both of them steal my phone and try and chew on it. So just try and keep these items, especially expensive items, out of their reach.
And how would you suggest punishing a ferret that, is chewing on your stuff or even biting on you?
So how you want to punish a ferret is, if you look right here, and if you feel right here, they have a little extra bit of skin, kind of like what dogs do, where it's called scruffing. And what you want to do, he doesn't want to do scruff, is when they're being bad. We don't like to scruff them when they're not being bad, so we're going to kind of
try to provoke him with
We're going to kind of provoke them a little bit, because they're not supposed to do this anyway.
They are going to misbehave. You lost your ferret, Jess.
I know, he ran off.
So, it's just like this. The only time we really scruff them is if they're doing anything bad, obviously. Or, like when we trim their nails, we have to scruff Dwayne mostly, because Dwayne's kind of a bad boy. And the secret of this is something that's very good to train your ferret, is they come to a bag that shakes, because it'll actually wake them up when they're asleep under your couch. You really don't want to go looking for your ferret. And yeah, so you just shake a bag and they come poking their little heads out wanting a treat.
Yep, so like we said, if you're going to punish them, Jeffrey's the main culprit of usually stealing the bread.
Look, they're not going to do it now.
No, Jeffrey's getting at it. Now see, Jeffrey's starting to bite it, so what you do is you scruff him.
And He's actually really persistent, and he'll not go. There he goes. See, he's going back at it. Nope. See, he's trying to hold. No, Jeffrey, release. See, if you just keep that up, like if they're biting you or anything like that, you have to be more persistent than the persistent animal, and so you have to keep doing that until you actually get them trained, and they'll eventually realize it. Sometimes you may have to scruff them and like hold them down to the ground or the table in this instance, and that tends to be the way to train them. Do they want to play?
Play. Want to play?
Nope. They're like treats.
They're like treats.
All right, we're done.
They're like,
all right.
We want to go play.
So we're gonna move on to like the day-to-day life with a ferret. Typically, ferrets sleep 14 to 16 hours, so they make really great pets for people that work. And the fact that you can let them out and run around in the morning when you're getting ready and stuff like that, and then put them away, and they're gonna sleep most of the day. And then when you get home, you can let them out. One of the biggest things about letting them out and running around in your house is you do need to supervise them, mostly right after you get them, because they get in places that they really shouldn't be. And I suggest ferret-proofing your house before you get your ferret, and then you're going to end up like ferret-proofing it as things go on, because they are, like I said, very persistent, and they get places where you really don't need them to be.
Yes. Oh, okay. Next we're going to move on to bonding. 1 versus 2 ferrets. Now, since we have 2 ferrets, we don't have to really work very hard to play with them. They play with each other all the time. And they really bonded with each other. They've been together, we don't really know how long. We haven't had them since birth, but the owner before us had said that they had been together since he had them, and we've had them together always. So they're very bonded to each other. They really don't need us for much besides food and water, but they're really good together. However, most people don't have 2 ferrets. Most people only have 1. And what you want to do with 1 ferret is you do need to play with it. You need to show it attention. Ferrets are very social creatures. If you don't play with it, give it attention, they can start losing their hair, they'll lose weight, they get very depressed.
And they can die.
Yes, they can die. So you definitely need to play with them. And like we said, they're not a huge amount of commitment. They, as we said, they sleep 14 to 16 hours a day. You really need to play with them for maybe 2 to 3 hours a day. But that 2 to 3 hours a day is very important to their well-being.
Yep. And
Ooh.
he's like,
He's like, I want to go.
Anyway, so I think that wraps up this video. Stay tuned in the future because we will have more videos. And if you are thinking about getting a ferret, definitely look up more information, but this video should be a good start for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment and we will answer them below. So thank you and have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Such as stand up on their back feet, or you can even get them to... I don't know if he's going to do it. Okay.
Oh, roll over. Oh, good boy.
You can get him to roll over.
Oh, boy, you lost your teeth. Because they kind of stink when they poop. Hi guys, you got some stinky poop. Twins like, not me. What?
Do you really want to say that?
Yes. I'm happy with the stinky poop.